Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Steph, and if you aren't new here, welcome back. If you have just clicked this video because you are interested in Warner Brothers Studios Harry Potter tour, then skip to around the 5-minute mark. Otherwise you can watch the first 5 minutes of this video, which is just me and my husband exploring London. I have done this video in reverse order, so we actually went to Linkin Park gig and then Harry Potter Studios and then explored London, but I've done it in reverse order so that the last 6 minutes of this video are just clips from the Linkin Park gig. I didn't really want to do an intro over them. Also, throughout this video there will be snippets of original audio from, for example, there were shows that we went to, there were buskers on the streets, that kind of thing. On this was the third day that we were in London, and for people who do normally watch this channel, you know that I have fibromyalgia and I can struggle to get around. So by day 3 I really was struggling quite a lot. So we didn't actually explore as much of London as what I would have liked. We got off of the tube or the underground here, and then we seen Big Ben, we went across to the London Eye and we get on the London Eye, and that's pretty much the extent of it. So here's a little glimpse of the River Thames, which by the way is filthy. I didn't know it was going to be so brown. There is my husband, he is the star of this show, he is the main videographer, and there is some original audio coming up, so enjoy.
Traveling the UK.
So that was just some local buskers for you. I thought it was funny that one of them was playing the bagpipes in London rather than in Scotland, which is where we have come from. Anyway, so my husband took these pictures on the London Eye because I'm actually terrified of heights. So I just stayed in the little sitting area in the middle, and he walked around the pod and got video footage and photographs and all that jazz. Also, just to let you guys know, I'm currently recording this voiceover in Marrakesh, and so there is a lot of nice ambience background sound for you, but if it's annoying I can redo this audio at some other point, but it's taken me so long to get this audio done that I'm not redoing it right now. And I'm also probably going to do this in pieces because we're trying to enjoy our holiday at the same time, so I don't want to spend the whole time working. So yeah, while we were on this London Eye, there was a guy who played music on his phone pretty much the entire time until somebody turned down and says, "Could you turn that off? It's very annoying." But that person was not me because I'm not brave enough to do that. But I was very grateful to the person that did it. But yeah, look at how dirty that water is. I'm so disappointed. Like, why is it so dirty? Do you know, I don't know what any of these buildings are, so I can't even give you an informative tour. I was expecting there to be like some sort of automated tour guide voice coming through a speaker when we were on the London Eye saying, and to your left is this, and to your right is that, and that big triangular shaped building is this. Nothing like that, so no idea what anything is, apart from the Big Ben. That's pretty much it. This is just a cute little picture of a T-bus. We didn't go on it, I just seen it and thought that looks good, get a clip of that. And this was when we got off the tube on the other side heading to our bus home. Anyway, that is all that I really got of London, and next it is Harry Potter Studios. Woo! This is the main attraction. So this is Warner Brothers Studio, the making of Harry Potter. and at the time that we arrive, there's like an event called the Triwizard Tournament event. So this is the bus that you had to get on in Watford to get there, and then this is obviously the entrance, and we take you throughout the entire thing, guys. There's not much we don't show you. There are a couple of areas we're not allowed to record in, but apart from that, you get a glimpse of basically everything. Like I say, there will be some clips of original audio, but mostly it will just be me talking you through it all. So this is like the main foyer when you go in, and there's like a little coffee shop and stuff. So we stopped for a drink, and you get like an electronic, like digital tour guide thing as well. So that's why I've got headphones on. And then yeah, just little clips of everything that we see. You can pause things to look at it, you can replay, you can mute me if you just want to enjoy the Harry Potter stuff, put on some Harry Potter music. I can't do that because of, you know, copyright issues and stuff. But yeah, this whole thing is like props, makeup, scenery, like this is where it was recorded, I believe, and just it was so good. There was so much, and I went home and watched the Harry Potter movies after it, and I was like, oh my god, I've been there, I've touched that, I've seen that, I've done that. It was amazing. I really loved it. And again, my husband, he did all the recording, all the photos, and he kept coming back to me. Like I was just taking my time going through it, and then he kept coming back to me, and I was like, did you get this, and did you get that, and did you get this? And he was like, oh no, I didn't get any of those things, because he doesn't really know Harry Potter like I do, and so he had to then go back and find them. So this is the Great Hall, and obviously the candles are what's in the movie, and they said that obviously they're on string, and then they have like the flickering lights and stuff, but then the string obviously bobs up and down as well. And then you've got the Great Hall tables. You get to see all the different uniforms, and yeah, it's just, honestly, it was so incredible. So this is the first part of the tour, as you first walk into the Great Hall, and then after that you get to go and see like the different scenery and props and things like that. So there is another little tiny bit of original audio coming up just now. Sometimes when the audio starts playing, you're like frantically looking around to see where is it coming from and is something about to happen. In this case, nothing actually happened, but the next time there's a bit of original audio, there's a full-on show, which is amazing. So yeah, this is just showing you the professor's table and their outfits, and then this is the main attraction now. So you walk into this building, and the beginning bit is a little bit boring, just some models and documentaries and information about obviously the making of Harry Potter, and then yeah, just looking at the outfits and props for the ball, fireplaces, things like that, and they're all about perspective as well. So here is a little bit of original audio coming up.
Three tasks. Three extremely dangerous tasks. Let me be clear. If chosen, you stand alone. Turning back. As from this moment, the Triumvirate tournament has begun.
So if you go to the studio at the time of the Triwizard Tournament, which I think runs for like several months of the year and then they do other things, then obviously you would get to see that show. It runs every 30 minutes and it was quite fortunate that me and my husband were standing at different areas of the, I want to say gallery, different areas of the gallery. So he was able to record the girls coming on and then I was able to record the boys. And I'm not saying their names because I'm going to butcher them and I've got a bit of a stiffly nose as well. So anyway, so we managed to splice together the full show just from standing at different areas. But if you were standing at one area and then you miss part of the show, then the next in 30 minutes it comes on again and you can just move to the other area to catch the other part, because honestly it took several hours to get around this place. I think they say you can do it in like 3.5 to 4 hours, but it took us closer to 7 hours because first of all I'm very slow and I needed to stop a lot. That is the only negative thing I will say about this Harry Potter studios, is there is not enough places to sit down, and that's the only thing that I'll say that was bad about it, was there's not enough places to sit down. There's the invisibility cloak, which is apparently it's just covered in Celtic symbols, which is really cool, and this is full size. Like look, I'm 5'3", so that eagle is full size. It's so cool. And then this is like into Dumbledore's office. So there were some parts like that were cordoned off and stuff that you couldn't get into, like the back of the office and things, but then there was other parts that you could really like full on see. But I thought it was incredible, you know, how many individual portraits and things they were. Like everything is obviously handmade. And so there's only a brief glimpse of the potions room. I didn't realise my husband didn't get much footage of that, but just a little bit of story about the potions room is that it got bigger every single time they filmed a scene in it. This is the pensive. I don't know if I say that correctly, but how cool is this? It's like little lights inside. It was just glass, I think, or plastic. But yeah, it was so cool. And then the little guide that I was wearing, it was given like extra information depending on which room you were in. So another thing that I will say is, like, obviously you see these green screens. I was wearing green, so I couldn't actually go on any of the green screen effect things. So if you are going, do not wear green, because I thought, oh yeah, cute, I'm a Slytherin girly, I'll wear green. Yeah, that was a mistake, and I didn't have anything on under the shirt, so I couldn't even take it off to go on the green screen. but it's fine. So I can't really tell you how much any of that was and stuff, but there was big queues for it. So this is now the Slytherin common room. And then you also, I don't think you see Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff's common rooms, but it's because there's no scenes filmed in those. So obviously this is the Gryffindor common room, and like this is genuinely where like Harry would pace back and forward in front of the fire. This is the dormitories, like there's Neville in his little suit, the divinity classroom with Trelawney, and that's like a tower of teacups, which is pretty cool. And then this is the only clip of the potions room, which I was very sad, but you can see like the spoon in the cauldron's moving by itself. There's Slughorn, Snape's on the other side. There are over 1,000 potion bottles in this room, like, well, ingredient bottles. Oh, and there's the phone notification for you guys. Sorry about that. So there is a little bit more original audio coming up just now.
There we go, good stuff, good stuff. Let's pretend that you, for the moment, are my enemy. I'm so sorry about this. Now, move number one, bring it forward and pull it back. Show it like so. Like so. Good stuff. Move number two, one step forward, like so. There we go, so once again, up, and perfect. Move number three is very fancy, so stay with me here. One tiny step backwards, like this. Imagine, you've all seen Western movies, I'm sure. Protect your center with your non-dominant arm and underneath. Usual stuff. But if anyone has ever played a video game, we all know offense is not nearly enough. We also need defense. So, to do so, make a big circle. Big circle, essentially you're making a shield ahead of you, and hold it. Pretend I'm firing a spell at you. You want to hold my spell back and blast it away. Can we do that? Yes? Well done. You guys are doing a good job, so... You can't see it from there, but from this angle, I think I can see some sweat. I think we're getting to it. So now is the time to defend ourselves. Make the big shield, the big circle, and hold this spell back. Hold it back, hold it back, hold it back, and blast it away. There we go. 1, 3, 2, 1, 3.
So I didn't actually know that my husband was recording me doing that, which was it was a little bit embarrassing, but you know, when you're in Rome, just go for it. It was so fun to do. I really lent into like being dramatic in this trip, as you will see a little bit later on. So this is Professor Lupin's trunk, which is really cool because it's automated to like everything come out and go back in and all of that kind of thing. There was also I can't remember which movie it's from, but it's a locked door where like it all moves and stuff, but unfortunately it stopped working when my husband tried to do it. This was meant to be a false perspective thing, but I think we did it wrong because it didn't work. This is the burrow. It's so cool. There are so many moving parts. So you've got the knife chopping the carrots, the dishes washing themselves, the ironing, the knitting. It was just incredible. And there's buttons that you press to make it all like stop and start and things. Because obviously when Harry goes to the Weasleys, like the spells to make that all do itself, and Miss Molly's just getting on with it. So yeah, the burrow was quite cool. And then into the Forbidden Forest, which it was really cool seeing like the trees and stuff, but I had high expectations and they weren't quite met in this forest but I think it's because a friend of mine had gone and says, oh, and press all the buttons, and there really wasn't actually that many buttons to press, and I was so disappointed because I bowed to Buckbeak and he didn't bow back, and I just thought he couldn't, and then I seen somebody else bow to Buckbeak and he bowed back, so obviously I just was not worthy. And then obviously here's Aragog's spiders, which was incredible. There was too much talking for us to keep the original sound in that part, but here is some audio.
Oh my god, your pain, it's your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I cannot deny the fresh meat that wanders so willingly into our midst. Goodbye, friend of Hagrid.
That Patronus was the only like prop that I was disappointed by. And then we're on to my husband's favourite bit, which was platform 9 3/4 and the Hogwarts train. He really enjoyed the train. It was the thing that he liked the most. If I had to narrow down the thing that I liked the most, it's probably coming up near the end of the Harry Potter tour, so I'll leave my thoughts on that until then. But yeah, you got to get photographs outside of the train, and then you can actually go into the carriages. There's also a little gift shop here, and this is about the halfway mark of the tour. And then there's another cafe after you've done this section where you can get butterbeer, which you will also see. I had that. These chocolate frogs were like £10 each, but my husband did buy one, and it's a huge solid frog. You'll also get to see that. This is me accepting my Hogwarts letter. I'm off on the train. And then each carriage in this train was from a different movie. So obviously that was the Dementors, and then there's like the one where Lavender's in love with Ron and like breathes on the window, and just each, and then there's an empty carriage because obviously they never went there in like 7th year, so I thought that was really cool that they included that as well. I was really hoping there'd be a bit like a model of like Malfoy punching or stomping on Harry's face, whichever one it was he did. I'm not like the hardest core Harry Potter fan, like I love all of this, but I really felt like I've read all the books, I've watched all the movies, but I actually really fell in love with Harry Potter through fan fiction. So sometimes canon and fanon get a little bit mixed up. This is the butterbeer. It was gross. I did not enjoy it. I thought I'd keep this picture because my husband snapped it and he thought it was hilarious. And then the second part of the tour is all the like outside parts. So this night bus is huge. As you can see, it's like triple my, well, not triple my height, like way more than that. But yeah. And then you've got the fountain, and you actually get to go into like the Dursley's house and everything as well. And the it's not green grass. What is it called? I can't think what it's called. The outdoor greenery place. But yeah, there's all the letters, and my husband thought that was Petunia, so you could tell he's not watched the movies. I was like, no, that's Marge. Dobby. That was so cool. There's a little thing I want to say about Dobby later on, but in the meantime, there is some original audio coming up. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. And then I said to my husband, like, get a photo of me with my finger in its mouth, and he didn't understand why. I was like, because Draco puts his finger in its mouth. And then we got some photos taken in the car. My husband was, I was driving, so he was terrified. And then we forgot to take a picture of the entrance to this place, but this is like all the special effects and makeup. So this is all like the creatures, and also Hagrid, like even though he was really big, look, they made a whole face for Hagrid. And sadly, the actor that played him died, so his face just lives on. Not even in movies. Like there is a physical thing of his face. So here's Dobby, and I am so saddened of all the different models of Dobby that they could display. Why did they display dead Dobby? That is like the most heartbreaking thing. I was nearly crying when I seen that. I was like, oh my god, they're breaking everyone's hearts. And then yeah, you get to see Buckbeak again. So obviously there's loads of different models of the creatures that they use. And I think the same actor played like the professor, oh my god, the charms professor, and the different goblins and stuff. It was the same actor that played them, obviously with just different makeup, which is incredible. And then I think Gringotts might be my favourite thing. So obviously that was the model, and then you come into like the main like foyer of Gringotts, and like it was so lifelike. There's the marble columns, which I think are just like wallpapered around, and unfortunately when we're walking down this main aisle, my husband doesn't zoom in, but you can see the goblins like sitting at their little desks, and then even the crystal chandeliers, like the whole thing just felt very grand and amazing. And then obviously we get to go inside and see like the different vaults and things, which is really cool as well. So yeah, I think if I had to narrow down like my absolute favourite parts, it would be the second half of the tour for sure. I feel like there was more, you could be more interactive with it. And it also wasn't as busy. Like the first part of the tour it's a big room, but there's a lot of people like crammed in together, whereas the second half of the tour everything's spread out a little bit more. But yeah, there's the head goblin looking down his nose at me. And then we get to see the Philosopher's Stone in its vault. Oh yeah, I forgot about that cart thing. That's just a model, though you can't go on it. But yeah, so there's the vault, and then my husband zooms in so you get to see the little philosopher's stone and how small it looks inside the vault. Also enjoyed the ambience out here, the water and the birds. So this bit was really cool. So you walk through to the back of the Green Gots, and then you get to see like Bellatrix's vault, and there's like some photo opportunities, and then there's a really cool like show coming up in a little while. So there's some original audio coming up, but here is Bellatrix's vault. So how cool was that? I actually showed that to my 9-year-old, and he's so gullible, he fully believed that we'd seen a real life dragon. Like, I loved it. It was my mission to come back to him and say, I've been on the Harry Potter. So now when we watch the movies, he's like, and you were there? Why can't I see you? I'm like, no, I've been there, but I wasn't there when Harry Potter was there. Anyway, so this is Diagon Alley. So obviously we access Diagon Alley through Gringotts, so like the opposite end to the Leaky Cauldron. But yeah, we don't get to go into any of these shops, but obviously you've got Ollivander's and Flourish and Bots and Weasley's Whizzes, or whatever it's called. So yeah, it was quite small, which is funny because I always wondered in the movies, like, oh, how is it so small? But yeah, they just build it close together. I obviously had to get my photo taken outside of Flourish and Blotts because I am an avid reader, and as somebody who reads Hermione fan fiction, you know, Hermione is my main gal. I think my husband really liked the Quidditch supplies one, and you get to see the Nimbus 2000 little movements there. So there was quite a lot of things that were animated, which was really cool. And you could go through this whole thing again and see completely different things. There's Danielle sneezing in my voiceover. So yeah, there is another section coming up, and then I think that's pretty much the end of the tour apart from the gift shop. So I'm not going to do any more talking. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
catching the sun fucking set.